Live from the Real Guppy Dockside Learning and Multimedia Center. It's the Real Angler Podcast with community Kevin Brannon. Brought to you by AFTCO Fishing Apparel and Tackle, designed to perform. Channel Island Sport Fishing, offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats, and more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. And now, here's your host, community Kevin Brannon. Today's guest, Kevin Brannon Jr., Vice President of Operations, Real Guppy Outdoors.
We are going. Guess what? I have the coolest podcast guest in the whole wide world with me today. If you follow me on social media, you know I always put that on there. To my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Kevin Jr. He's our podcast guest today. We're going to talk a little bit about like the history of the Guppy program he's helped out, and just tell some stories where we're at today and some of the work he's doing. But couldn't think of a better co-host today or guest than Junior for the last one of the year, because they're going to be done the next couple weeks. Kind of come full circle. Young man just turned 20 years old. What, on
2 days ago?
Was that Monday?
Yeah.
20 years old, little Kev.
Appreciate it.
And if you see the Guppy logo, some of you guys might not know that this is two images of him put together in one that somebody made our logo with, was Junior. So my guest today is Kevin Brannon Jr., my sidekick. He's been out doing this TV fishing show, filming it with me, working on projects, coming out and with all of his little buddies to help at our kid fishing days. We go way back. Now we're over 9,000, son. 9,000 participants. And he's just wrapping up his college at Moore Park College and played in a bowl game. And couldn't be more proud. And he's our guest today. So what's up, man? What's going on?
Nothing much.
So he just walked in from fishing off the dock. And I'm like, guess who our guest is going to be today? And he's like, oh, really? So he's not like me. I'm a man of action, right? I mean, I'm a man of action and I talk a lot, where Kevin is just more of a man of action, man. But, you know, what do you think of our program, man? How long? I mean, as long as you've been doing, we got some notes right there. We have like over 655 partners just this year alone, but you've been with me the whole time. What do you think of our program and the show and everything so far?
I mean, it's just great. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You probably won't believe me, but I'd say when you first started, I knew something like this was going to happen just by the way you were like looking at things. I knew that you were going to persuade it and make something out of it. Just keep expanding as we go, though, year by year. Just keeps going up.
What do you think of like our trips to ICAST, man? Like the first time we went to ICAST?
Compared from the first time to when we went now, I say we've definitely talked to a lot more people. We've engaged more. I feel like we've expanded ever since that first time.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing, man. We just showed up out there with our books. Didn't even know if we could sell a purchase order or what it looked like, but I thought, you know, let's just get out there and give it a try. And then this last year we brought interns. We had our Airbnb, and again to kind of share that with your kids and hang out. I had a drink with them. We went to the Costa party.
Yeah.
And those are just things like when we talk about living the American dream, man, or just living a dream, is, you know, our legacy, and to be able to share that with Junior and my other kids that work here too is cool. But like, you know, if you see in their newsletter and some of these videos that we just shared, your pictures of you when we're in our first magazine, the one that's in my office.
Link caught.
Yeah, I caught the link cod on the Gentleman, and I work on the Gentleman now, right? And then you caught a jackpot link cod on the Gentleman when Chad was out there. Remember that time that whitefish you lost?
Whitefish, yeah.
Tell them what happened.
Still not funny. Probably like a 10 or 12 pound whitefish, got it all the way up to the top. There was seals around, but they didn't get it. Finally got it up. We tried to bring it up by the line instead of gaffing it. It fell off the hook, and you just watch it swim back down.
I think it snapped.
He was trying to bring it up by hand, and then it literally just came off the hook.
Just off the hook. I thought the line snapped. But yeah, we were telling him, get a gaff, and Craig was like, no, we don't need one. And Kevin was just like just froze and mad, leaning over the rail. Probably would have been another jackpot fish. And he's like, oh well, and just walked off. And little man was right here, was heartbroken. But
you usually see whitefish that big.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
That was a big whitefish.
12 pounds maybe.
Is there any particular fish you like to fish for now? I mean, I know if you saw the videos and them fishing with the guppy days at the islands, and we fished and killed plenty of whitefish and rockfish, and we used to go to Santa Barbara with the McCormicks for you and David's birthday that we used to do. Is there any particular fishing that you
Not particular fish, but like when we go like top of the water fishing, you just
surface?
let it, yeah, it's like no weights, just let the live bait take itself. I like doing that. The calico bass or like a yellowtail or something. Barracuda, yeah.
Yeah, we went out on a couple of twilight trips that weren't banging this year, but he still came out, brought a couple of his football buddies with him. What about that ooey gooey cheeseburger I make on the
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
It's as good as advertised. You got any I think our dream trip, man, would be for us to go to Alaska, but Kev wants to go to Hawaii. Would you prefer Hawaii or Alaska for a fishing trip?
Probably Hawaii just because their waters. They got like all kinds of different fish.
Yeah. So now that you're working with the company, doing sales and marketing, what's that like?
It's going good. I'm just learning as I go. I was taking business classes, so going from that to this I feel like it's helpful, being able to understand it more.
Yeah. So I asked him too, man, when we're going through it, like today we're looking at these new school decks. He's going to be sending out our press kits to you do research and got all the school districts from like here up to like Pismo Beach.
Yeah, to LA, and then going back this way towards like Santa Barbara and Carp, and then up in Ojai.
Yeah. So we're getting some new material made. So I'm like, what do you think? Should we do this and do that versus trying to dictate what he should do, kind of letting him have some free range. I know remember you came with me. Remember when we went to do the first workbook?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? And I remember that they would ask him questions and I would answer, and that's what we teach not to do here, right? And I kept trying to, but he took his notes and he came like, this is how long I've been bringing him along in these little business transactions, and to kind of prepare him, Now, I'm not a parent that's like, you're going to take over the family business. I mean, he's still going to college and looking for his own dream, but as many repetitions as he can get with the company for whatever it is that he does, like I want him to have access to that. But anyway, yeah, I remember bringing you into the children's workbook and we did the outline of them, and I felt like I was doing too much talking when I should have let I mean, you're only like 13, but yeah. Wanted to get your perspective. So again, asking him those questions and giving him the free range, and then we have a marketing department or marketing consultant, and they'll meet with Kevin on the phone and or in Zoom or in person to kind of go through a strategic plan. How's that working?
It's going good. Right now we're just, like you said, going towards the schools and also trying to reach out to other brands and stuff. Just waiting to hear back right now.
Okay. How many box stores have you try to get us in?
Like around 15 to 20.
So yeah,
I mean, probably gonna go for more, but right now we're just at like 15 to 20.
So we have simultaneous projects going on right now with it, and before we close down for the new year, like we're like really on fire. Like this one right here, check this out. Our new TV show. Look at this. This is our new movie poster for the blue carpet premiere that we're doing at the Channel Islands Maritime Museum. So we have that going on. So we have our internship program. We have our Oceans of Opportunity program. We're trying to get into more schools. And then here you could see, excuse me, Junior, we have our children's workbooks. Last night we had our donor appreciation night. So we had a lot of the stuff out on Showcase to show our donors the work that we're doing. So these are our children's workbooks that are on little chip clips and stuff. So these are the kind of things that Kevin Jr. is putting out, while also putting our television show back on Pursuit Network, Real Anglers Fishing Show. So we have a lot of different avenues going on, but we have enough coverage and staff, and the partnership with probation helped out, and Ventura County Credit Union. So we have some funding in the bank to pay some staffing to make sure that I'm not doing this all by myself or just having volunteers help me, because it's really hard to accomplish it. So what do you think about working with your sister? How's that going? Your sister works here now too. She's doing an incredible job, man. I haven't had that much help with somebody on the back end collecting data and doing spreadsheets and really showcasing the proof of what we have, like this here. Sorry, I'll let you answer that question in a second, but check this one out, folks. If you're watching, here is our Ventura County reach. So one of our interns put this together, and this shows you how many, have been from Ventura County and all the different cities, 544. I mean, that one right there. This is another one that we have. So again, this is data that Kevin will be using perhaps in some of his sales calls. And this is California and how many we have. And it's about almost 99 or 98 that we have throughout California and all the different states. So unique, and our team putting that stuff together we never had before. But so like I was saying, what's it like working with your sister in the family business?
I mean, it's always great to be working with people especially your family, compared to if you go somewhere, you get a new job, you don't really know any of your coworkers, so it could be a little challenging. But just being here with my family, I feel like it's just a better environment to be around.
Yeah. And then we get your niece in here, my granddaughter.
Yeah.
She's starting to
Love
crawl
that.
now. Love it, right?
Mhm.
The only thing is, now that she's at that age, there's so many little knickknacks that you could eat in here, trying to control her from running around, trying to eat seashells, rocks, fishing hooks, uh, all kinds of stuff. Her mom's definitely chasing around the office, but she's learning to walk, almost kind of walk, where she can pull herself up on the chair and then walk down to the next chair and walk down to the next chair. So as a dad, building or grandpa dad, as trying to build something for our family, man, it is really heartwarming for the children to work here. But they didn't just get the job. Like I say, they've been interning and helping since they were.
Like, I think the first ever event we had was probably like my 5th or 6th birthday.
Yeah.
Since then.
So about 15 years, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
14, 15 years.
What about those hiking ones that we did out in Newberry Park?
Oh, I got a lot of memories there. Falling down slipping down the little road.
Want to tell the story?
No.
Want me to tell it?
If you feel like that.
He kept running on the trail, and I kept telling him stop running. So he ate it, and he slid down or up, however he wants to tell it, and he did like the Pete Rose, and his hands were like, it hurt. And he was yelling, it hurts. And I was like, I don't care. Walk back to the car. And his sister's yelling, stop yelling at him. And I was like, he should have listened, right? And going back and forth on, my sympathy for, I'm a dad, so that's how I parent, right? Like I told you, stop running. But Kevin has always been competitive, baseball all-star. Like he's that kid. Broke his arm when you were how old?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 off the monkey bars. It was sticking through the bone. And we put the cast on it. We go back to his sister's football game. He's climbing right back up on the same monkey bars with his cast on the next day. It was a weekend series. Knocked his teeth out, running around somebody's house. Ran into a hammock, right?
Yeah.
Busted his teeth. He had to take him in there. So he's always been one of them kids to climb and break bones and get up there. But, sometimes trying to teach him. But, I'll tell you this. We talk a lot about God on our show, is that I feel like God gave me Kevin last because I wasn't ready to raise a little young man yet. And when some of the lessons I would teach Kevin, I remember God looking down through my sunroof of my Lincoln and being like, are you following that same path that you're saying, everything that you're yelling at him about, I've been trying to tell you for a couple of years. And, are you really implementing the same discipline in the same standard that you're holding your son to? And I was like, oh God, you're right, Lord. You looked at, because really we have a sunroof, right? In it. Remember Kevin used to stand up in the Lincoln and I'd ghost ride the whip and he'd stand on the middle and be ghost riding it off the sunroof and stuff at the beach.
Yeah.
It's my ride or die. That's my best buddy, man. We did all kinds of neat stuff together. And, but anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, but just kind of like utilizing my son to be a role model for, and to see if the behavior that I'm doing is what I'm teaching my son how to behave as a man too, So that's been a pretty neat journey for us as well. But yeah, so working with the family, doing this. What do you got going on in college, man? You went to a bowl game. You're finishing up. Tell me about Moore Park. What do you got going on over there?
Basically finishing up my chapter over there at Moore Park. Should be graduating this winter. Just finished my last set of classes, so I should be getting my AA degree.
In business?
No, I didn't finish my business. I have a couple more classes for that, but I think it's in art.
Art?
Yeah.
Oh snap! We love some art.
Just because I could get the degree, so I could leave this winter.
Yeah. And what are your plans?
Right now I'm still looking, trying to play football. Maybe somewhere over here close, like Cal Lutheran or something.
That'd be cool. I'm a Cal Lutheran fan, man. I'm trying to get to go to Cal Lutheran. I'm reading the book by the president from Cal Lutheran. We do a lot of training with Cal Lutheran Center for Nonprofit, so CLU is near and dear to our heart, a lot of God there. And I know the president asked him to mentor me, and it was nice. I went up there to meet with him for coffee, and I was just kind of like, wow, this is a nice little campus here. And then I went there for the inauguration, and I seen them playing football in the back, and I was like, hey, Kev, they got football there. But Kevin's always been really good at, kind of navigating his journey too, man. He got himself into Moore Park, transferring schools and playing football, and some of the stuff that he does. People ask, like, what is he? I'm like, man, he's a wizard. He's been getting straight A's. And again, I'm not trying to gloss my son just because he's my son, but man, really, he's been so gifted that when he was younger, I'd ask him how to spell words. Remember?
Elementary school.
Since
middle school.
elementary, right? And he was an AR star in getting it, man. So he's kind of been a leader. So when we brought him in, again, not just giving him a job, I've seen how he performs on the field in school with the people. What about like what do you prefer? The kid fishing days more than the office work?
Yeah, probably. We're outside doing stuff.
I
More
think,
engaging.
yeah. And what about driving the boat?
Yeah, driving the boat's cool. Just gotta work on the parking a little bit, but I should get the hang of it 1 or 2 more times.
Yeah, maybe Friday I'll let you drive it some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna this Friday we have an organization coming in that's they're called FADE, and they're adults with disabilities. And some of the things that we're gonna look to work on besides Oceans of Opportunity with probation next year is behavioral health of Ventura County, and maybe utilize, like right now it's a Wednesday, there's really nobody here. So how can we use the center during the day for maybe different organizations that have adults, not so much an adult daycare daycare center, but a place where they could come as an alternative, and do projects here, take them on the boat, swap them out, or maybe I'll be up in here working with them with the seashells and art projects, and Kevin can have them out on the boat, driving around the harbor, showing them, birds and the safari side of things. So once he gets a couple more tries under the boat, then he could do that. We just, board right here, and they'll be able to utilize the facility and our services with other organizations throughout Ventura County. So again, we're not just the organization that takes kids fishing. We have internship opportunities, we have Oceans of Opportunity, we have our weekend stuff that we do. We have all of our little flyers right here that other interns have made. Showcase here. We have Uncle Rod on second Saturday, Saturday here from 1 to 5. Tuesday night rod building and more fishing activities with Joshua, and then Sunday with Gustavo and who else is here? Isabella, and there's another student that comes in, Isabella and Gustavo. But anyhow, we will be utilizing our services, man, and why not open up the day for some maybe adults to come in and use it, or charter schools. So looking forward to that. And then we'll send the bill to Ventura County Behavioral Health, because as we're bringing in more people, paying for staffing is important. So and also a nonprofit from a business perspective, doing charitable work, making sure that your staff is being compensated. It's not like it's hard to keep people around if you're barely paying them. So giving them competitive wages, so we keep our skilled professionals here. Like again, I know Kevin and a couple other staff here that have gone through our program as a servant first, is important. Me and Scotty, if you guys offline, we were talking about, we kind of go in and make some observations on corporate world, and we really, on the other side of that here with how we serve people and how our staff is and our culture, and caring about our employees. And part of that is making sure they're compensated, so we'll see how that works out. But like Kevin said earlier, whatever I kind of, when you see me get started, I usually go after it pretty good. But again, it's not chasing the bag. It's just a matter of offering services and a value to the world. And then once you create something that the world needs, then, you can make a living doing that. And that's the way to really put it in. So what else you think? What else you got going on, man? What else is happening now that you're 20 years old?
I don't really have too much going on right now. School just ending. Football ended like last month. So right now I'm just waiting for the new year to start, get stuff going, really. Sitting in the gym, trying to stay healthy.
That's good, man. We got to get some days in together. I'm trying to schedule him with it. I remember when I used to bring him to the gym. Remember the first time?
Yeah,
he said he got hit by a bus. Little man was hanging. He hit every back workout I did at his weight. And the next day I went into his room. I was like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, Dad, it hurts. It hurts. But he was there, man, committed, doing all the exercises with me, man. We just maybe shouldn't did all 6, but he trains on his own now. I got some friends that he trains with, and staying on top of it. So what if you go into Kalu, is there a certain class you're going to pick up over there?
I don't have anything in mind right now. I would just probably have to talk to counselors over there to see what would be like the best path for me, or see my options so I could choose from there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just go set in stone yet.
What do you got? What do you got as far as grades go?
Finishing with like a 3.53. So I think I took a total of, over 100 credits. I could be wrong. I'm not sure the exact number, but I would just have to talk to the counselor to see what else I have to take.
Cool. We know people. We are now privileged, son. Yeah, that's the term they're using now, right? When you help your children advance, is that the term now? Or a privilege, And but again, today me and the team were talking about And I'm kind of being sarcastic in that way, just to kind of show that, again, the American spirit and the American dream of what we do and where we come from, is highlighted, and that if you continue to put in those efforts every day, it doesn't matter if you're privileged or not, because you're going to get to a point where you could open up doors for your children. So if people start to make those observations about you helping your family out, is that a bad thing or a good thing, right? So if people are helping their children advance or helping those out, to be like, oh, you have privilege. Yeah, but we work to get to this point, right? If we have an attorney now that we could pay, and that we have, I was saying the other day, we went from Section 8 to real estate, right? And that's important to remember, so that when we can open up doors for my son, yeah, it's privilege, but we worked hard to get here. And anybody that wants to accomplish something has to work hard. But if you're not working and striving hard for your children and your grandchildren to have a little bit easier way, I think that's what a lot of people come to America for, is to create a better opportunity for them. And that does take a little bit of time, right? Like you said, when we started this, 15 years ago, where we were at, man, I was like, without a job and collecting unemployment and getting payday advances because I got laid off because I had a couple of marks on my record, right? Like, we went through some struggles, man. We never gave up. And we didn't point the finger and blame and say, look what they got and we don't have. We just got up every day to create something that we can have. And now that we're able to share that, I just want to share that with people. So that way you don't let this, your brain start to tell you otherwise, And I've been doing some work on these panels, son. And what do you think, man? Right? Like, you hear me talk about these panels. I used to think about this kind of cool question. What do you think? Like, when we're living on Evergreen, and you'd hear me on those panels telling our story over and over again, did it make you cringe? Did you think, there goes my dad telling our story again? Like, I'm glad we overcame it. But you'd be right there playing video games. I'm on these panels with like foster care, revealing all of our dirty laundry. Did that make you feel any type of way? Did you just tune it out?
No, not really. Just because since I've been with you from the start, it's like I just knew you were just telling them everything about us. Because like, starting from when we had that first like 4-bedroom house. You had that one room designed just for your office. Carried on, then you get into a smaller house. You have to take a step back, but you just kept going and kept going. Kept having all those kid days every week, whether you had something to do or if you were working at like pest control or something. You just kept driving for it, kept doing it.
That's cool. Because I would be on these calls like telling them about my mom, but they're calling for me to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ones on the foster care, they were calling me because I was considered a success story, somebody that made it out of the foster care system and do it. But I remember thinking, like, kids are here and they're hearing all these stories, and I'm telling about my childhood, and also like, not really showcase. And sometimes right now, like, Kevin was in this bowl game and his sister's up in college, and things are, they're in this they're in their thing, if that's the right term. But from where we come from, our lineage, like, I'm looking at it from a perspective of like, yeah, our broken families that go generations back that we could classify, right? How far back we could go in grandma's side, like my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know nothing about grandpa's side, right? Your dad's side, besides the fact you kind of look like him. Look at that afro, boy. Look at them fro. Look at them curls, right? You got the Lopez look for sure, but we don't know a lot about them because, again, they just come from a lot of brokenness, right? So when they're performing, when they're the things that they're doing, knowing where we come from, like, I'm looking at it through this lens of, man, this is incredible. Your aunts, your great grandmas, your grandmas would be so proud of. Again, we don't use the name Lopez a lot. We're Brannons, right? But the Lopez side of your family, how proud would they be of you guys,
Yeah.
Knowing that their grandson is playing football in a bowl game, and their granddaughter is going to nursing school, and their other granddaughter's here while she just finishes her business. And from where we come from, drug addictions and prison sentences and alcohol and addictions and stuff. And I used to reveal this in front of my children, and I used to just think about, but the point of that is, or the looking at it is to make sure that we're kind of enjoying the success, and then, and the point of that is because, yeah, my kids don't gotta live the way I did. Like, yeah, I hope you don't have to experience child homelessness, living in a park with your mom, and that's a good thing. Like, I never want them to experience. Now, when I was hustling in the streets, I used to justify it that way, but I had to get away from that because I don't want to lose my children either. I remember I used to have this. You remember that story I tell you? What was it?
Yeah, you'd be thinking about if you're like on the other side of the window, and I'm on the other side, and we're just talking, that you didn't want to have to tell me that you'll be out or something like that.
Yeah, I would tell him I'd have this vision of like being on a jail cell on the other side of the glass, and he's on the phone. Like, we used to do visits like that, and him telling me like, "You promised me you'd always be here," and I would be like, "Oh," but that was one of the ones that he was like, "What made you change?" I just remember thinking that like, you're gonna be on the other side of that glass, and your son's gonna be on the other side. Like, you promised me you'd always be here, and I'm stuck on the other side of the jail cell. So yeah, that's one of the ones that it was like, you got to get out of this life. I mean, things that I was doing, but I remember having that heart to heart, and even when we went up to visit Gramps, remember?
Out there in San Fran.
Yeah, we took Alexis to school to go check out college, and we didn't even have a headstone, huh?
No,
It's
it's
like
just a piece of grass right there, or a piece of land.
and we're like calling the front, like, yeah, we're looking for Angelo Lopez. Like, oh yeah, are you over there by the Tongan names? And there were the Tongans, and they were having like they celebrate death different. They got a celebration. They got a barbecue pit and a fire, and they're like celebrating their family, right? And we were trying to find where his gravestone was at, and we found this patch of grass. And I just remember like rubbing the blades of grass and looking up at my kids, thinking, man, this could, it could be looking down at you doing this right here, man. And it was just like a surreal moment. So we've had some moments of reflection to be like where we come from and where we're going. And again, the reason I like to share that with people is, but that way, if you think you got any kind of like hardship, and we have family meetings too, right? Like when we're going to move or do something, bring the kids in and be like, all right, we're going to move into this place right here, and this is what it's going to look like, and this is how we're going to do it. And that way they know what that grind looks like, and that's kind of the neat part about us sharing it right now as a family, is because they remember all that, living in those little, remember that one you could see Alexis's breath?
Mm-hmm.
It was so cold that you could see my daughter's breath. And instead of having the heater on, we just put, what happened was they were sitting, they got to fix the heater, and it was cold in the house, and you could see our breaths. So we're all like in hoodies and trying to stay warm in this little apartment. And I remember my daughter was still though, like, she's like, we're still having wheelbarrows of fun, like a wheelbarrow full of fun, because we weren't hustling and doing things and trying to, go to prison and do the kind of lifestyle that we were living in. And those are the things that helped change my life, to be like, yeah, I gotta stay on this journey, man. No matter how tough it gets, like there's the alternative is, we can't go back to the alternative. If we're gonna make it, we're gonna make it as a family, and we're gonna get out there and get it. So what do you think? I don't think I missed too many of your games either, right? How many sports you play? How many years you play sports?
Since I was in preschool playing baseball, so ever since I was 4, played baseball all the way up until sophomore year. And I was playing football ever since fourth grade to now. I think you missed too many.
Too many. Remember that conversation we had behind the school when you started playing football?
Yeah.
In the car? I want to tell them about that one.
You can tell them.
Tell them, man. I told them about the other ones. Tell them.
This one too.
Huh?
You can tell them about this one too.
So he was afraid to hit his friends. So I was banging on his pads. You better hit them damn kids. And he's like, they're my friends, Dad. I'm like, do you realize you got 10 teams that are waiting? There's a coach telling another kid on the other side of that ball to light you up next week. And we were between G Street and the church. And I pulled over in the Suburban, and he had his pads on, and I was hitting him on his pads. And I was like, you better start using these damn things, man. I don't know. 2 weeks later, All-Star. Did I traumatize you guys?
A little bit sometimes. Yeah, I always try to do whatever won't get Dad mad.
But all I pretty much told you is all you had was like grades, right? That's what you had to really take care of, right? Your own responsibility. I'll take care of the rest, right? We had a pretty good mutual agreement, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And showing up to his everything that he did in school, like all of them. But again, I think that I used to tell Kev, maybe I over dad because I didn't have a dad, so you're gonna get the hugs I didn't get, right? Mm-hmm. And like waiting for him to come out of the game and carrying his pads or carrying his baseball bag, right? Like I'm always right there at the dugout. And I remember when Rihanna came, and she jumped in front of me, dog, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? I get first. I get dibs, and his girlfriend met him at the gate, and I was like, what is all this? And but she's fam. It's all good. But yeah, man, I really take pride in. And I always tell him, like, one day you'll see when you have a son. You're not going to name your son Kevin Jr.?
I have to see. I'm not sure.
No?
I don't know. It matters because if I have a girl first, it could change a lot.
Oh, yeah, of course that. But I mean, like, if, I think Kevin's a great name. I think you should pass the name on. But, it's up to them. That's one thing I do give my kids. Do you think I give you guys a lot of free range, though? I don't interfere too much, do I?
No, not too much.
That you guys try to just support you and what you guys are going after, right? Mm-hmm. Making sure you ain't really getting in no type of trouble. And yeah, man. So what do you think when you do get to travel? And then, like, we got to bring Kayvon a couple times and David a couple times, and we went to the Raider game with your buddies that helped us out from the beginning, the alumni. What do you think of, getting to bring that your friends get to come along with us.
I mean, it's just an all-around great experience, just from what we started to now, to just like look at the difference. It's great, It's like, it's not like anything was just given to us. We earned everything we got.
Damn, that's good. Yeah, I remember when we went down to fish for sharks that one morning down to like
Was it
Venice Beach
with
or
David
something?
and Anthony, or I think it was Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't catch nothing, but I think they caught like 2 angel sharks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just on the move, man, just going. Remember David would ask all those questions?
Yeah. At least 5 a minute.
Where are we doing, Kev? Where are we going? Kev, where are we doing? Like, bro, you're either going to roll with us or get out the car. But you got to quit asking these questions. And it was cool. So when David came with us to Florida, and I used to tell him that, like, I used to tell him, his friends too, from the early on, like, we got this vision and this dream, man, and we're going to go. So when we get to share with them now, like at the Raider game that we just went to, the Raider Charger game here in LA, it was Alumni Appreciation Day too. And some of those kids that got up countless hours, man, my first volunteers and helpers, and for them to see it, even Kayvon texted me the next day. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, what up, Kev? This is Kayvon, man. I just want to say I appreciate you always looking out for me, man." And like, yeah, of course, man, you've been helping. Remember when Kayvon was selling T-shirts for us at the car show?
Yeah. We had a good amount of sales that day, huh?
Kayvon was selling, man. Had those car shirts. You want to buy a shirt? Want to buy a shirt? He'd have them on, and yeah, he sold quite a few shirts for us. So again, man, we don't forget anything that all the stuff that we put together to grow this industry. And it looks like Scotty's got to roll out. Kevin, what is? Do you have any moments that stand out?
Oh, there's just so many. So it's like there's not any in specific, but definitely a lot of moments that stick with me.
Anything in particular?
Can't like really think at the top of my head, but like definitely on my birthday when we were out there on that kid day, felt like it was more of like a kid day for me because it was like my birthday. Like that was just the start of everything right there. I think that was the first official kids day you had. It was mostly just like family, but you had some post outs. Like there was a couple like new heads that we've never seen before, but I was like 3 or 4 at that time, so it was just like an experience really.
Yeah.
You gave a video from that day too.
Yeah, I think we
used to have Pizza Man Dan's come with pizzas to drop them off for us and stuff.
Yeah, those are the days, man. I remember in some of those videos, we went to Apple Valley. The video that you're in that Apple Valley. I'm Kevin Brannon, and this is Real English Fishing Show. And we're at
Just
Apple
Ranch
Valley.
Lakes or something.
Yeah, Just Ranch Lakes, and it's 2.5 hours from Wainimi. Let's go catch some fish. Let's go.
We went there like a couple of times, like 4 or 5. Huh?
Yeah.
Took a couple trips, different people. I think that time it was me, you, and Unique. And then we went back with, what was it? Anthony, Larry, Ricky.
And Larry remember Anthony was crying?
Yeah, couldn't catch.
He didn't catch a fish. And then Larry got pulled over speeding home.
Yeah, he was like, this don't work. You know how fast you're going.
Yeah, man, it's been a family experience all the way through, man, from the beginning. So thank you to all my friends and family that helped out, man. It's been an incredible 2025. Looking at 26, anything you think about us going into the future, man?
I'm just up from here. Keep going up.
Yeah, man. Well, I love you, son.
Love you.
Whew, you'll make a brother cry. Barry, take us out. Again, we'll see you guys in 2026. Best way to finish the year with Junior. Real English Fishing Show. We're Guppy Outdoors, CommunityKevin.com. Let's go.
And let's wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all
Yes,
that
sir.
stuff. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Because we won't be back for 2 weeks. We'll be back first
3
week of January. So
yeah.
I just wanted to share that. I hope you can hear me because I just really don't have a microphone.
Here, hold on. Yeah, you do.
So what I was saying is we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you the first week of January. And this has been great. You guys made me tear up too.
That's right.
All right,
Scotty.
Barry.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Scotty.
Let's go.
Today's guest, Kevin Brannon Jr., Vice President of Operations, Real Guppy Outdoors. To learn more about Real Guppy Outdoors, please visit www.communitykevin.com. Brought to you by Aftco Fishing Apparel and Tackle, designed to perform. Channel Islands Sport Fishing, offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats, and more. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. See what's out there. Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.